Because I think as mothers, we have been conditioned to believe that we have to exist and be well despite of our surroundings. Like we can exist and flourish despite our surroundings.
Yeah.
And it's like in civilized economy, like with water shedding and load shedding and everything else that's happening around us, how are you possibly expecting us to be at our best?
Yeah.
Because we expect it to be whether you're sick, whether you're tired, whether you're just flustered, whether you just need a break. It's like
Whether you're broke, whether you're being beaten by a partner,
you're just getting knocks from life, left, right, center. You're still supposed to show up as a good mom.
Yes.
Like, what is that? Like, who creates the definition of what good mom is? But the typical good mom is a woman that's killing it in the office and killing it in the bedroom, killing it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like, I'm just one person. My thing is, I have one head, so where else do you expect all the other heads to go, right? Like, I'm supposed to nurse the kids and I'm able to nurse myself at the same time.
Yeah.
Even nurse the husband, but be also the big baby at the same time, and impress my in-laws and impress my friends and impress this and impress that. And like, I have been I'm trying to be very intentional about being in defiance of all of that. To say, wait, because in all of this, I keep forgetting about myself. I keep forgetting about myself. And if the calling is to give unconditional love to my children and the people around me, what if being able to give unconditional love to those people is actually practicing to give it to yourself as well, right? To be patient with yourself, to be kind to yourself. Because I think we don't do that a lot. I think we completely forget. Like, a typical example would be how everyone would be fed and you're the last person to eat, or you're eating the little crumbs that the kids were eating, or you just, you are the last person. And I'm not advocating for people to completely forget about their kids or forget about the people that they've been called to serve, because as mothers, we are called to serve, because we're just given that gift, and we get given the gift to carry human beings, which is such a magical, beautiful experience, right? But even in that, it's like, I'm also a human being. I also deserve to be loved. But then we sit around and we wait for other people to love us and appreciate us. But we don't want to give the same to ourselves. Or we want to give what we don't have.
Or we wait for permission. And I think that's something that I can say that I've really had to unlearn on my side. That sure, like, maybe it really is about me just saying, hey, I need a break. Because as soon as I said that, it's like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
If I don't say anything, I can assume that hey, I need help. Otherwise people are going to assume that you got it.
Even in our partnerships, that's something I've had to learn with my husband, right? Is that when he looks at me from the outside and I'm not saying anything, he's like, you are kidding. You don't look like you need help, because we do. We are magic. We can juggle those balls like we are in a freaking circus, man. We absolutely kill it, but we're killing it drowning, overwhelmed. And the minute I was like, no, actually, I'm really tired. Can you take night shift tonight? Most of the time, it's like, sure. I kind of like, what?
But you also think that, because for me, that also happened in my marriage. Like, the first year after we had our firstborn Kai, it was a mess. Like, we did not like each other. We can say that now. But at that point, it was just like, what is going on?
You bring it for the first time, trying to figure out.
And so we grew very resentful of each other. I think this is true for a lot of women, especially because society has conditioned the men back on to be hands-off dads, to whatever, and there I am also expecting myself and being expected to take on everything and to do, to put more into it. And then I'm just like, but he is a capable human being and an adult. Like, why am I the one who having to, but then it really took, I know I'm kind of like, I'm simplifying it, but it took a few conversations to get to that point. That's exactly what you're saying, with your husband looking at you like, okay, go, man. Go, girl. Yes, you're good.
Yes.
My husband's like, you didn't say anything. So I thought you were good. And it's like, no, I need help. But something that I have realized of myself, and it's only recently, I'm 37 years old. And only in the past few years did I realize that I'm really bad at asking for help. I will be drowning. Like they're saying, I will be drowning. I am trying to keep my head above water, but to be like, hey, can someone help me here?
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of me. And so that's something that I also have been unlearning and trying to sort of, and I think also as a woman, we've been conditioned to always accommodate people. You know, we always have to say yes. We always have to, whatever it is, even if it's to our own detriment. Whereas with men, they're much more upfront about what they need. You know, a man needs something, he's gonna say it. You know, he's. But as with us, we almost have this. I say this to my husband all the time. Women have this a different language. We're able to speak to each other. We're able to say words, but we're very much in between the lines kind of people. So I can say to you as a woman, like, "Oh, you look good," but the way I said that, you know, stay away. That's not what I think. That's not what I meant. Whereas Kev would see that and be like, look, she told her you look good. She looks good. She should believe that. And it's like, no, actually,
I read something completely different.
Whereas with men are like, hey man, you look good, Matt. That's it.
That's done.
That's what it means. You look good, Matt. That's it. Women are like, oh,
body language, reading completely everything.
they do. As opposed to, hey, you look really good. Same words, different meaning. And so now we're talking to each other about parenting, and like he's like, hey babe, you know, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Or like,
I'm fine. It's like now we must like we're not communicating quite effectively. Like you said,
you said you're fine, but like that when I was
yes. I think the usual rebuttal that I get from a lot of moms regarding the asking for help thing is, why must I ask?
Why must I ask?
Why must I ask? Can you not see that I'm done? And then my rebuttal to that is, this is one of the things that we're trying to break cycles from, right? To say men have been raised to be served and to be hands-off. So they're also learning, right? And in the process of us creating a partnership, we have to be intentional about it, meaning we have to communicate. And there might be some struggles, there might be some friction, because, and I think a lot of moms, I actually sparked this conversation online. Like, I feel like my partner's life didn't really change much. After, you know, he was still able to do this and do that and do this and that. I was stuck in this house, and that's where the resentment that's where the resentment comes in. Whereas, you know, they could actually just come home and say, oh, I know you've probably had a long day with the kid. You know, where can I chip in? Where can I? But also, like, it's not saying we're asking for too much, right? But they're not used to that. My husband is not used to that. You know, I'm lucky because my husband grew up in a proper military household where he was the eldest boy, so he knows how to do stuff. So I thank the Lord for the partner that I got, because then while I'm busy with, I think we were talking about teamwork makes the dream work. When I'm busy in the kitchen, in the bathroom, bathing the kids and getting them ready for bedtime, he's in the kitchen cooking, and then we can just all combine and have dinner or whatever. But typically, in a typical home,
it will be you.
It'll be me doing absolutely everything. And then it's like, wait, then where do I get the chance to conscious parent? Where do I get the time to take care of my mental health? A lady said that, it's like, they say, don't do social media tradition is you don't have to do everything, and it's like, wait, if I don't do everything, then no one is going to do, like, the house is going to be dirty and all of that. But it's we're trying to break cycles and trying to spark important conversations in our lives, in our partnerships.
You delegate. You ask for help. You accept help. Offer.
You don't want things to be done your way, because we want to control.
That's another
one. Little bit of, you know.
Because you want him to help, but you want him to do it the same way you do. And that's also a problem.
Very much. So there's so much to learn, and I think my journey has been exactly that. Just unlearning and learning and being brave to have these conversations, even though it's tough, because asking for help is tough.
It's hard.
But if you don't ask, then you're compromising yourself. What's the worst that you're going to hear? No. Is it going to kill you?
You know, as I was saying that, though, that's a trigger for me. Say, like, because it's so hard for me to ask for help. So when I finally have the courage and the strength to say, I'm not handling things, or I'm not coping, please help me. And someone says no. Oh, it hurts. Really hurts. I love this whole conversation about, like, and I think this is also almost like I have to have you back on at some point talking about the actual splits in household management and child raising And, you know, the mental load.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it's real.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot.